repeated this earlier. I don't know why you're backtracking just to be right definitive.
No, I'm not. I didn't backtrack. Just to be very so we made it very clear. You can argue this from a moral sense and legal sense.
Even said that sense. The point that is when you're saying that you can't. That's why it's wrong.
Nobody said that.
That's going to be viability.
Okay, that's okay. The I am experience that you're talking about by Renee Descartes isn't going to happen until 18 months to 2 years old, right? When they have self-awareness, when they can actually actualize, right, that I am. So this is just going to be false. Now, when do you think that person begins?
My saying is viability. The necessity you can do this, right?
So at viability,
possible.
It is quite literally, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, and in neuroscience, it is quite literally impossible. Yes. Yeah, I just told you the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics. Which would then defeat his murder argument, because if he's saying that this occurs at conception, then he's saying that you're killing a person unlawfully at conception.
Search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Experience, right? I know that it has all the parts that make it possible. So I now value this thing, right? That's going to be my standard. It's that conception of what she got.
Moving to my mark.
Planting at Alpha.
Because that viability, it still has something.
Moving.
It has a brain.
What do you mean by the I?
Setting device on Alpha. Stand by. Device in place. Countdown started.
Just to be clear, he said, I think, therefore I am. So, or are you talking about like some kind of like self-awareness?
Just like self-awareness. Right? Everybody.
Oh my god. Still 8. This wouldn't be until 14 months. And everyone doesn't know that they're themselves.
That round. Get ready for the next one.
Okay, so I don't like everybody here on the panel is like very confused with what you're
Search and destroy.
Right? Like they think that they can
target objectives need to be detonated. Play it smart.
What they are, the experience that they're having, right? So that's what I think about. Now, what are you thinking about?
I'm just saying that in this state of being a viable fetus, right? Meaning that people exist outside of them, they are the right? They can literally say, I'm separate from this other being because they literally are enemy proximity by here.
They don't.
We're planting at Alpha.
They have no sense of humanity.
Bomb planted. Set containment.
No, they don't. That's not an indication.
They might not be able to. In the way that you're talking about,
Enemy movement in the AO.
I'm just saying that there is a possibility that they can have this.
Round secure. On to the next.
Right.
Yeah, just like it's just a possibility because.
I just want to confirm. So you're saying that this is have some structures in order to do this.
Switching sides.
Do this. Therefore, I
search and destroy.
I think that, like, right. Just be clear.
Set a defensive perimeter around the objective.
Their own existence, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that they have this possibility, right? Because because they're actually individual outside of their right?
They still can't do that.
I see. I don't think you understand because they are an individual, right? They're siblings from mother and father at conception, right? For example, when a mother is pregnant, she doesn't if it's a male fetus or an embryo, she doesn't have a penis, right? She doesn't have 2 arms, legs, etc. So I'm very exclusive.
I mean, that's all you're saying. It's going to be separate. I don't really understand what's the basis of that. Still are depending on these
Right over here.
Or is a newborn.
1 minute remaining. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy.
Yeah, when your baby cries, do you not think you understand?
Defend the objectives from hostile forces.
Understand
Baby's crying
because I understand I know I don't necessarily understand what it's crying for. It could be crying because it's gassy. It could be crying because it's uncomfortable. It could be crying because it's a guessing game. I don't know why it's crying. It's just making a noise.
That's enough. It's still making a noise based on its own desires.
Right, and without the assistance of another human being, i.e. being dependent on another human, it...
I mean, at that point, then no one's ever independent, ever. Because if I'm hungry, I'd be pretty much screwed. I live in a really big city. So
Very good.
I think that's a really bad standard.
You can grow your own food. Be independent in that way.
Yes, hypothetically, but how many places have their own, yard or their own?
Final
Have
minute.
you ever heard of Crystal Candelario?
I feel like we just...
By chance? Yeah, no, this is absolutely on topic.
Enemy planted at Alpha.
I see. Do you know who Crystal Candelario is?
No, not really.
So she left her 18-month-old in a pack and play with a couple bottles and I think some crackers, and then she went to go on vacation. This child cried, screamed, drank its own urine out of its diapers, and died subsequently because of being abandoned and not having the resources of another. Would you say that or that it just didn't self-advocate?
We lost that round. Prepare for the next
It's
one.
able to advocate for itself. Cry.
Yeah, just advocate for itself, and it wouldn't be enough for the predicament. For example, the neighbors could literally hear this baby crying the entire duration of the mother's absence, and they did nothing about it. So that was
Search and destroy.
Who just comprehend right what a baby is saying.
Plant
that
the charge on the
safe,
target
right?
and level it.
She didn't, right? She literally suffered immensely
Secured
for
the
several
device.
days. The mother was just doing what she wanted to do because the grandparents didn't want to watch her, and she did it all to herself.
Moving to my mark.
There's nothing to do with listening. Baby couldn't communicate properly, right? They didn't advocate for themselves properly.
Moving the enemy lane. Spread that. Spread that.
Device in place. Countdown started.
For themselves in the womb. You understand that babies cry in the womb, right? So are they advocating for themselves?
Our device was disarmed.
It
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Yeah, you should watch all the TV. Fetus experience. They suck their thumbs, they cry, they swallow.
Search and destroy.
They don't understand.
Target objectives need to be detonated. Play it smart.
10 weeks. About 10 weeks. Hey, Storm. Yeah, also twins. Yeah, Storm. Also twins interact and play with each other. Exactly. So they're advocating for themselves.
I mean, if it is true that it's based, I would say that baby is valuable.
And so they're legally under the law. So which is it? Are you having a normative discussion? Are you having
I would say it's like just for legal purposes, it makes sense because this person is not.
premise? What premise are you talking about? Nobody gave a premise. Nobody gave an
There's a
argument.
distinction between for legal purposes, why we shouldn't do this, and why, like, in my own personal moral standard, there's a difference between us.
Are you going to be a pragmatic conversation, or is this going to be a normative conversation?
You've got the bomb.
Flopping around wherever you.
1 minute remaining.
I mean, the human that is holding the fetus in their stomach, they're the only ones who really have any obligations to.
The stomach? Does she eat it? Confused.
Only you remain. Finish the mission.
Yeah.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
She doesn't want it in her stomach, then she should have sex.
Well, then, I mean, she can just remove it. I don't really see a problem. Again,
No,
he's the only one having any.
they're not removing it. They're doing
Switching sides.
So if I remove you from my house
Search and destroy.
and you just don't find more food, did I kill you?
Set a defensive perimeter around the hostile UAV in the area. Our counter UAV is active.
I'm your mom, and I just babied you, and I never allowed it.
I love how you're like burden shifting now.
Yeah, but this is what you're saying. You're like putting a statement of dependency. That can mean like a multitude of things. Technically, everyone is dependent on others in some way.
Yeah.
Like just because of the way we live in the society. So,
Duh.
you know,
Wow. Wow.
this is like.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Wow,
Wait,
Captain
why-
Obvious.
What's the implication that a woman should be able to have a
Being
divorce?
looted.
The
Someone be into it.
dependent on another?
I don't. This
Oh,
ship
no,
does
just
fall.
because like she's the only person that we have.
Right. So I mean,
Round secure. On to the next.
The defuse.
Like anyone who's ever started that, we should
Search and destroy.
technically we're all dependent on each other. That's why I feel like it's
Defend the objectives from hostile forces.
Oh, but that the obligations that they were their parents.
This guy's. Wow, that was just.
oh, sorry, Kevin. I was going to say that Chase is on the panel, and he wanted to talk to you.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Switching sides.
You can't force a biological process.
Search and destroy.
That's question back in PCR.
Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be absolute. Meaning that it applies in any situation.
We're planting at Alpha.
So if I
Bomb planted.
to
Set
address
containment.
Kevin, you would support this?
It's more so in the fact that in the first few weeks, so
I don't understand what
yes,
well, the first few weeks it is the fetus.
so
But I just know that this is so
Confirmed target destroyed. Solid work. The mission is complete. Good work.
very good. And she says bodily autonomy is absolute. I can do whatever I want with my body, no matter if it's assault or not.
okay, I wasn't sure where you were.
So yes,
Okay, so in that time, you're gonna have autonomy.
Okay.
So by your stance, by what you're saying, that bodily autonomy is absolute, you would have to say that you support things like murder and murder.
Okay, so it's
Okay, what are the exceptions? Right? Yeah, what is viability mean?
One, two. So I have to grind to level 19. And it does that.
Viability is when an organism has the ability to survive in the environment in which it is located. So a fetus, an embryo, a blastocyte, whatever you want to call it, the baby in the uterus is things. Because it can survive in the environment in which it is located. Let's say that I use my bodily autonomy, and an individual that is using my ventilator that I own and bought. I don't want them to use to take it off.
Yeah.
Search and destroy. Watch the objectives. Set up security.
Yeah, so aggressive upon another human. Correct.
It's really like a threat to the organism. So,
No, it's very specific. Aggressing upon another human would be immoral, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so why are you... Sorry, I was going to say, you asked for the medical investigation. And also, we're all yeah, so why are you comfortable aggressing upon the human located inside the uterus and say that that isn't a violation?
I think for the exception, which, you know, I believe that
1 minute remaining.
people should have a right to choose.
When they aggress upon humans and when they don't?
No.
Well, I mean, that's what you're saying. You're saying that a woman should have the right to aggress upon this other human based off of its location. But you said that it wasn't okay for me to aggress upon the person that was on my ventilator. That isn't viable, by the way, because if I take the ventilator away, obviously they're not going to be able to survive in the environment
30
in which
seconds
they're
remain.
located. So, I mean, by your standard, you'd have to agree that I'm allowed to take that ventilator back because they're not viable in the environment in which they're located. And I'm using my bodily autonomy to remove something.
10 seconds remaining. Enemy planted at Alpha.
I see what you're saying.
Oh,
But
dang
do you
it.
still think that abortion is acceptable?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then you're going to have to give me another argument.
Site is still hot. Move fast. All operatives, bomb defused. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy.
Elevated scary movie.
Defend the objectives.
Battle between the Saiyans and Tuffles long predate the events of Dragon Ball GT. Tuffles were a peaceful and technologically advanced civilization that built thriving cities. The Saiyans were
Movement here.
sources like Dragon Ball GT, perfect viable insights from King Kong, Baby, and Vegeta. The Saiyans migrated to Tuffle's homeworld from their original planet via unknown means. And
Initially, the two races coexisted peacefully, regularly interacting. However, tensions arose as the Saiyans grew dissatisfied with their primitive living conditions, and some Saiyans, including the great King Vegeta, claimed the Tuffles treated them poorly, even as slaves. This discontent led to a declaration of war, with the Saiyans, under the leadership of Vegeta, attacking the Tuffles. Despite their physical inferiority, the Tuffles used their advanced technology to defeat the Saiyans, leading to a conflict that lasted 10 years. The war reached a turning point during a rare full moon, which occurred only once every century on planet Planet. The Saiyans transformed into great apes, massively amplifying their power. In mere hours, they decimated the Tuffles and claimed the planet, renaming it Planet Vegeta in honor of their king. Although the Tuffles were wiped out, remnants of their race lived on through creations like Dr. Lightshe and the genetically engineered Baby. Baby later sought revenge in Dragon Ball GT, attempting to recreate Planet Land and eliminate the Saiyans. Ultimately, Super Saiyan 4 Goku defeated Baby, bringing an end to the Tuffles.
And that will show streaming services are taking over our lives while the movies and shows themselves feel worse and less relevant than ever. We'll explore endless subscriptions and algorithm-driven content are destroying both filmmaking and the culture around it. Also, California spends $100 million building a bridge for forest animals.
Plant the charges and demolish the objectives.
Abortion is not, I mean, obviously...
Friendly UAV online.
Abortion
You've secured the device.
I created you, Mom.
Don't know how he's not dead, but we know whatever.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
And Neighbor, do you have anything else? I know. King Cobra, how old are you? King Cobra is Chase. He wanted to talk to Death.
Search and destroy. Place the charge. Detonate the target. You've got the bomb.
The beef cat?
I'm here for drama, guys. Please come up. Oh, really? Then my eyes must be changing because I thought this morning I saw.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Does anybody else want to come up?
Okay, I didn't see the comments that were in here, but it didn't sound like, I don't know. I just... Chase was
Search and
pretty good
destroy.
favorite, so I don't know what was said or what wasn't.
Watch the objectives. Set
It
up
is a
security.
again, but yeah, we have
Hostile UAV in the area.
have a debate this request. Ram.
No, Rams friendly.
Okay. I think Paul was saying that. He wasn't trying to be rude, he was trying to help with the argument, so I don't know.
He was. He said my argument was crap. That's about me.
Moving this way.
Like, it sounds like was this like a critique or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I blocked him. Oh, King's working. Okay.
1 minute remaining.
What Chase was trying to say was that we should do both like external and internal critiques on our stances. So like when I guess
secure.
if
On
I'm
to the
not
next.
gonna say anything wrong, but from what I'm understanding, what he meant was that if a guest comes up, then we should also do internal critiques. Oh my gosh. With other panelists, mods, or as well as
Search and destroy.
I think that's what he was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Defend the objectives.
Whatever. I'll block you after, Chase. Right after the live. Yeah, because if I have to block, I have to end the live, so I'll do it after that. Whatever.
Enemy riot shield armed.
Anyone else have this here?
Pro-life.
I doubt it. No.
I'm anti-abortion.
Final minute. Enemy bomb at Alpha.
Okay, Bob, come up and debate that since you want to say that so confidently.
Yeah, what?
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
He's gonna experience things, and he's gonna have sentience and consciousness. You guys are just making stupid excuses to kill children. That's literally all you're doing.
Search and destroy. Plant the charges and demolish the objectives. You've secured the device.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Because Jade is not your body, and you're killing children inside the world, so therefore it's nothing to do with your body, so I don't know why you guys keep saying your bodies. Because the abortion has nothing to do with your body. The child's not being killed of its own body.
I don't know how he's not dead from that. Or somebody else.
Sorry.
UAV is leaving.
There we go.
You gotta chill. I take it personally when you say shit like
Okay.
yeah. Do you give like medical exceptions?
Yep.
It's like so
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
What do you mean, like self-sacrifice on the woman? Or
yeah,
the child?
so you believe in self-sacrifice?
Place
For
the
the woman?
charge. Detonate the target.
That the woman should be sacrificed? No, never said
Enemy
that.
UAV active.
Wait, what medical
Yeah,
medical procedure would you need to take
You've got the bomb.
first?
You can have like situation
Well, respectfully, we
I was just saying. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I was just saying there's no
Moving the.
medical exceptions.
The round is lost.
had to
Focus on the next one.
get an abortion in order to save the mother. For the mother to get an abortion.
If you're still thinking in your life.
So she
There's
should.
no one there.
Switching sides.
No.
Search and destroy.
So,
She can only save
she
one.
does.
Watch the objectives. Set up security.
That's the one. Oh, yeah, that's too. But like I said, there's no one there. We're still taking another life while, besides the other life dying, we're still taking another life at the same time.
So you just states that you should not take another life, even if you don't.
Like I said, there's no one there.
Flanking
So you
here.
believe in self-sacrifice.
Disregard.
I was self-sacrifice. The woman's gonna die.
No, the woman would not die if we get the abortion, or we give her the abortion.
I don't believe in self-sacrifice, but I'm anti-abortion. I wouldn't say maybe in self-sacrifice.
I'm talking about the hypothetical I proposed. The hypothetical that I proposed is going to be stating that this mother is in a predicament where
1 minute
she
remaining.
will lose her life unless she gets an abortion, a lethal abortion that ends the life of this fetus. Do you believe that she should unalive because it's immoral for her to give this woman the abortion?
Yeah.
So this woman should unalive.
I mean, I don't accept the
30
abortion.
seconds
So I
remain.
don't know what to say about
So you
that. Like I
believe
said,
that the woman should unalive? Wait, sorry. Wait, what did you say? You don't believe in what?
It's a very direct.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Care if you're getting tired of math.
Search and destroy. Defend the objectives.
It's just that he's deflecting the answer.
Flanking here.
Enemy riot shield marked.
Friendly care package on the way. Final minute.
Shield.
We can go
I get that.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Plant the charges and demolish the object. Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly Guardian inbound.
We got a friendly Guardian.
If she's giving such, she wouldn't be taking a life.
Just with having that.
Like, if you, and the same thing requires
Moving this way.
the individual who doesn't give her the abortion. If he doesn't give her the abortion, he's also taking a life.
Enemy riot shield marked.
Example of why it should be left.
Careful, they're flanking here.
Hostile mosquito supplies. Hostile plasma mine detected. 1 minute remaining.
Doctors can be wrong too.
I would rather a doctor be wrong than be wrong for someone who's a doctor. I think that's completely
Mission failed. Return to base.
Already gave me an answer.
At the stake of life is fetus. And that's contradictory.
Yeah, self-sacrifice.
But that's there's
I never said I was a not dying, but even if the mother is allowed to sacrifice another life in order to save the mother. Okay, you said it. No, in many cases, that's very rare. No, I never said that. Never said
you say, yeah, like you won't let her take a life. Okay, like this gives up her own. Doesn't matter if she gets an abortion or not, she should never get an abortion.
Right. I pray to let her child hopefully to live. But even if she did die, this would necessitate for us to kill another life.
Talking about my hypothetical talks about the fact that you can only choose one. And you said that you have to choose the fetus.
You don't even have to say that to these things actually.
I'm putting in a hypothetical because
She's doing that. I think she's doing that. She's doing that because she's in the base.
I'm saying that we can see inside because it actually does happen.
There could be like certain complications that happen with pregnancy, but oftentimes it's not the fact that you always just give there could be one or two take the principle of like expected pregnancies, but I don't have my computer in front of me, so I don't really want to get into the medical
pregnancy is not treated with an abortion.
Like, see, and I get answers like that, and I have
That area, right? That where.
You know, Kurt Gosnell was simply.
What I'm trying to tell you is because
I don't want to talk about the ectopic pregnancies. That's just a response to King. I brought up this hypothetical for you because you're saying that all the sources want to do is make an excuse so they can make certain decisions on the fetus's body. But you're saying that even
search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
If you're okay with cutting.
Wait.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
If you think pro-sources want to do things to the fetus body, but you're
You do.
Search and destroy. Detonate the target objectives, but expect an enemy squad. The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Hostiles are after the objective. Defend them. that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy. Don't let the enemy level the objectives. Keep them secure.
But
Round secure. On to the next. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
now you have.
This area's been
Ow, that was fast.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Search and destroy. Detonate the target objectives, but expect an enemy squad.
Oh, come on.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Hostiles are after the objective. Defend them. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Search and destroy. Don't let the enemy level the objective. Keep them secure. Hostile IMS active.
Dang it. Hostile bomb drone is active. 1 minute remaining. They've planted at Bravo. Mission failed. Return to base.
Contradict to try to tell me to contradict my own colleagues. Negative words want to kill a child. Pay for that action. See, if you have sex and you end up with a kid, you're going to be slave. It is 9 months.
You know how long 9 months is? How many months are there in an entire year? Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I wouldn't say that.
We trap you in a cage for 9 months from you? Should we just like lock you in a cage?
Case by case depends.
You know how long? I'm not making that analogy.
No, you're not.
Search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Moving.
I don't need to.
Moving to my mark.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy. Detonate the target objectives, but expect an enemy squad. Round secure. On to the next.
What is it?
Switching sides. Search and destroy. Hostiles are after the objectives. Defend them. Enemy planted at Bravo. The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Search and destroy. Don't let the enemy level the objectives. Keep them secure. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Huh? Okay. Yeah.
Final minute. We're planting at Alpha. Device in place. Countdown started. Our device was disarmed. The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
See, that's
Search and destroy. Detonate the target objectives, but expect a hostile UAV in the area.
Enemy movement. Moving.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Switching sides.
It's well, that's just ludicrous, Ramsey.
Hostiles are after the objectives. Defend them.
Oh, I also recognize him.
UAV standing by.
Moving to my mark.
Bye.
Moving.
Target locked.
Enemy movement in the AO.
Round secure. On to the next.
Moving to my mark.
Search and destroy. Don't let the enemy level the objectives. Keep them secure. Copy. Blue smoke. Care package en route. SAE standing by. Remaining. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Solid copy. Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
Setting device on Alpha. Stand by.
No hits on target.
Bomb planted. More enemy movement. Damn good job. The mission is complete. Good work.
So you're saying that we're just stations?
Search and destroy. Watch the objectives. Set up security.
Flanking here.
Area is hot. Round secure. On to the next. Search and destroy. Defend the objectives.
Flanking here. Moving this way. Flanking here.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Place the charge. Detonate the target. You've secured the device.
Enemy.
Final minute. We're planting at Bravo. Device in place. Countdown started. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy. Plant the charges and demolish the objectives. You've got the bomb.
Moving this way. Tacticals marked. Disregard.
Hostiles deploy the Mosquito.
No, 24 weeks is still
1
premature.
minute remaining.
Wait, 24, it's still premature. I mean, just because it's possible for it to survive outside the moon. Like, that's the thing, these people, you don't care about the mine, because if you cared about the mine, you do realize there can be significant health risk being born prematurely.
Switching sides.
is possible to survive outside the room. There's still health risks that one can have.
Set up security. Hostile Mosquito is online.
Moving.
So a group of people. So you have these because a group of people say we have this?
Enemy planted at Alpha.
How was that not a
The
kill?
round is lost. Focus on the next one. Search and destroy. Defend the objectives.
Moving this way.
Round secure. On to the next. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Place the charge. Detonate the target. Hostile care package incoming.
Moving this way.
Hostile.
Movement here. Society or civilization like life. 324 weeks.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
Back to their conception. Back to the existence there. Just rights should be given. They give you a set of rights that are there, that is agreed on universally. And I think are
Search and destroy.
that should be given to the force.
Plant the charges and demolish the objectives.
Area is hot.
Static device on Bravo. The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Watch the objectives. Set up security. Enemy UAV active. Friendly UAV on station.
How was that not a kill?
Movement here.
Yeah? I think, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Search and destroy. 141, plant a charge on the target and level it. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Search and destroy. Move in and detonate the target.
Moving.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Set up security around the objective.
Moving to my mark.
The movies and shows themselves feel somehow more marginal, less relevant than ever before. The last one's happened. This
Moving
past
here.
weekend, nobody noticed or cared because nobody noticed or cared. They just never not. So So what's really happening here and why? We've done a series of deep dive explorations into various facets of American cultural life over the past few months. We're trying to figure out why.
1 minute remaining.
And speaking of things that suck, these streaming services certainly fit the bill. And so do most of the movies and shows that they charge us exorbitant fees to access. Why is that? The fact that everything
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
85% of subscribers to Amazon Prime Video are also subscribed to Amazon Prime, which supposedly gives you faster shipping on some items. People subscribe to Prime Video all by itself. Meanwhile, millions of people have access to Netflix and Hulu through a deal with their cell phone carrier, usually T-Mobile.
Keep the enemy off the objective.
The reason that the streaming services offer bundles is that they're worried about churn, which churn is reduced by significant margin. When customers have Netflix or Hulu as part of the bundle with their carrier, bundles are complicated things. I've presented as a free ad. In reality, you're definitely paying for it. And maybe most importantly, when you have a Netflix T-Mobile bundle, less demanding content of Netflix. Over time, you naturally come to see Netflix as a component of a larger necessary contract with your phone carrier, and that's exactly how Netflix and the other streaming services want you to receive them. Amazon doesn't have to justify their cost increases if everyone thinks of Prime Video Ultra as a necessary component of Amazon Prime. The other part of the problem, one of the reasons why it's so hard to evaluate
Final minute.
various services is that they lose the rights to shows and movies all the time.
Yes.
Netflix acquired the rights to Seinfeld in 2019, but you have no idea if they'll have the show 24/7 because the licensing deal expired at the end of this year. Now, it's not that even when a show is available, you have no idea if it's going to be the original version. There's no streaming service that offers scrub as the original aired. For example, the licensing rights to music, which is a big part of the show, were simply too big of a hassle to renew.
30 seconds remain.
The version of Seinfeld that's on Netflix.
Only you remain. Finish the mission.
The show was never intended to be widescreen. For the Netflix version, they simply just crop the image so that it fits widescreen TVs. That means they needed some of the content on the top and bottom of the image in every frame. And the result is the show
10 seconds remaining.
Out originally here. Which makes it it's more significant than you might think. I mean, look at
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
services are making alterations to the art, basically as they see fit. No way for most people to access the original version. The only reason we're doing these kind of changes is why streaming services can't mess with by Seinfeld.
Search and destroy.
Original formatting, a bunch of special features and so
141. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
The whole market for physical media is undergoing
You've secured the
something
device.
at the moment, but as it stands, there's simply no legal way to stream the show in its original broadcast format. Unless there is streaming devoted Seinfeld, you probably aren't aware of this. You probably aren't aware of many other ways that streaming services have content that you think you're getting on Hulu.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Basically, any episode where a character appears in blackface, even if the point of the gag is wearing blackface, has been erased. It just doesn't exist anymore. If you subscribe
Search and
to
destroy.
this is never explained to you. They act like you're getting the whole show.
Move in and detonate the target.
And many other shows have similar banned episodes.
You've got the bomb.
Again, none of this is ever explained or not.
Only you remain. Finish the mission.
30 Rock episodes with depictions of blackface. Which again, obviously we're not endorsing
Moving to my mark.
Blackface, but the community episode entitled Blackface
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
as well because of the Asian comedian dressed up as a dark elf. And South Park took 5 episodes offline in an unflattering manner, which is a capital offense.
Switching sides.
Now, in the United States. So, you know, they
Search and destroy.
Jesus, Christians, and Trump voters instead, which is safe.
Set up security around the objective. Hostile UAV in the area.
Now, most important emphasis here is that
It's stand to you.
Well, it's obviously
Finish
very
the
bad
mission.
these streaming services are censoring shows without even.
iPhone storage is always full. You know why? Old people always make these three big mistakes. Let me show you.
This
Mission
censorship
failed.
is a
Return to
symptom of
base.
a much larger problem. The problem is not simply that wokeness has run amok, that left-wing DEI bureaucrats have taken over the entertainment industry, although that's all true. The real problem is, in part, all of this content exists in the ether. You access it through subscriptions. Even if you buy a streaming movie on Amazon, you still only have access to your purchase as long as you have your Amazon subscription. The death of physical media means that nobody owns any particular piece of media. So when I was a kid, we had a physical library of physical copies of our favorite films, and watched those films over and over again. And what this meant was not only that the movies couldn't be retroactively changed or censored, but also that we got to know those movies. They became a part of our lives in a way that no movie today ever will, because it always exists in the digital cloud. One bit of content in an endless scroll of other bits. This is how it works now across the board. In every area of life, we are confronted to like society with sports potential for like 97 options. Same is true of cars, dating apps, clothing, cosmetics, anything. It's too many choices. Experiencing stuff together. Movies at the Oscars today are always worse than Oscar movies 30 years ago. Sometimes more awful.
Search and destroy.
They exist in
Defend
a
the
fractured
objective.
cultural landscape. So none of that make any difference.
We watch this stuff.
It's weird to see them in awards here. It's all watching.
I mean,
it's always weird because you think, like, I haven't heard many of these. Moving this way. Like, say, Titanic, it's an example I've used in the past, but that was a cultural sensation in a way that no film today is. Or probably ever can be. Give me an idea of what we're talking about. Here are just some of the movies that you see the Oscar nominations in 2004, more than 2 decades. See how many of these are. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, See This Guy, The Last Samurai, Mystic River, Lost in Translation, Finding Nemo,
oh.
Flanking here.
Pretty good chance you've seen several.
Final minute.
Most of us.
Some of them are classics. Now it's moving
this way.
Here's one battle after another. Sea Rages. No. If I had legs, I'd kick Zootopia 2, Arco, Weapon, and F1. Again, these aren't all necessarily bad. Some of them, like Weapons, are actually pretty good. And all of them are
30 seconds left.
In film. They're all well made from a technical perspective. Most people haven't heard about 90%. It's not just that most people haven't seen them, it's that they don't even know they exist.
Like Titanic. Have you never seen Titanic? You've never seen it. You obviously know what it's about, and you know it was a big deal. You know DiCaprio was in it. It's a big deal. I've seen the movie many times. I used to have it on cassette. Yeah, because back then, 1997, everybody was kind of watching the same thing, and the movies like that, they don't have the same cultural impact. There's obviously movies that have cultural impact. I'm not saying this now, but they don't have the same.
During the live ads,
it's also because I've been researching
Mission is compromised. Stand down. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
We have options all the time that no particular piece of content can remain in our
Search and
collections
destroy.
for very long. That's why ratings are down.
Watch the objectives. Set up security.
Sunday night, 17.86 million views. You can see at Hulu, based on Nielsen's big data plus and the rate, that's down about 9% from last year. It was through 19.9 million views for a
Flanking here.
The show delivered a 3.92 rating on adults.
Moving to my mouth.
14% decline from last year. So they dropped 14% of the key demographic. That's extremely. They tried to reduce the numbers as much as they could. It's still been growing.
Moving this way.
Say somebody gets slapped on stage, or they announce the wrong sexual order or something. And it's basically nobody even pretends to care about it. For comparison, the Oscars had around 45 million views in 1996. That's the year that Braveheart won.
1 minute remaining.
5 million views in 2016. Now we're down to 18 million, including a streaming audience, which mostly isn't paying attention. Now, is Braveheart a better movie than ones that were nominated this year?
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
What is it? Braveheart was a cultural, in a way that no Oscar movie today is, or the proliferation of streaming and the internet generally has destroyed
Switching sides.
experience of movie watching so much that it's almost impossible
Search and destroy.
to be enjoyed the film and loved by a majority of
Place the
Americans.
charge. Detonate the target.
None of them can print themselves onto the zeitgeist the way that films did in the 1990s or 1840. And yes, it's easy to point out that it's a deep dive on awards productions that aren't diverse in some way. That's obviously part of it. But even without that,
Flanking here.
Cancel my last.
Thank you very much about the blockbuster today.
Moving to my mouth.
We're starting to back that. I saw a post on X saying this is a trailer for one of the most popular indie video games right now. And it's a game where you play as a clerk at a video store. Screen. So you can see this exciting gameplay. You just stand behind the desk, hand out the movies.
Final minute.
So the video game industry is in worse shape than I thought. I think there's a reason that the game is popular. People are nostalgic for the pre-smartphone, pre-streaming era. It used to be that if you wanted to watch it, you had to make a commitment. You had to plan your night around. It was an event.
We're planting at Bravo.
Go to a store, look through the shelves.
Bomb planted. Set containment.
About the movie you want to watch. Bring it home. It was an experience. There was a sense of community. And then when you get the movie home, you know, then it would be just one movie, maybe a couple.
You've won the round. Get ready for the next one.
You watch the movie, you actually sit in it.
Search and destroy. Blend the charges and demolish the objectives. You've secured the device.
Was an experience in a way that it just contrast, as Matt Damon recently pointed out, modern streaming services have a very different audience. Their audience is zero effort.
We're planting at Alpha. Device in place. Countdown started.
They have to take into account they're not paying attention on the screen.
I do.
Movement here. Cancel last.
See, my cousin does this a lot. My friend does this a lot too. And I get very irritated when people do this. When I watch a movie, when I go to the movie theater, I'm a very big fan of the movie theater. theater. When I go to the movie theater, I want to be immersed because it's like an event going to the theater. I get snacks and everything. Sometimes I wear an outfit based on the movie itself, right? I want to be in the universe of the movie. Like Scream, I saw Scream 7, and I wasn't feeling it, obviously. I saw it twice, right? I want to feel like I'm actually in the movie being hunted down by Ghostface. That's the experience. Now, because of the, quality of the movie, it didn't feel like that. But, like, that's what I want to see. Now, my cousin and my friend, they, like most people, a lot of people, they look on their phones the entire time. Like, the reason why I go to the movie theater is literally to escape the phone. For 2 hours, I turn the phone off. Because I don't want to be in the real world. I want to be in the movie.
1 minute remaining.
I can tell that they're not really enjoying the movie.
Moving this way.
Like Titanic, the ship.
30 seconds remain.
Yeah, tuned in. And Ken, it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because people are on their phones while they're
Friendly bomb drone is online. Enemy planted at Bravo. Be advised, enemy bomb is still active. Move to defuse.
The characters explain the plot and get you up to date on where the movie is because they're just assuming that any
bomb disarmed. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Search and destroy. Watch the objectives. Set up security.
Scripts. It's already happening. It's gonna happen.
Flanking here.
Moving to my mark.
Moving this way.
Most of it is impractical.
Moving.
It certainly looks like the entertainment industry is in free fall. And if you watch enough streaming shows, you'll realize it's actually going outside and filming because computers can do it all themselves.
Flanking here.
It's a
final minute.
Moving this way.
Just kind of, like, it's basically how every part of it. And it's the kind of movie that's it. Click on.
Round secure. On to the next.
Is made. So, yes, it's
Switching sides.
There's the big obligatory action sequence.
Search and destroy.
Many things, and talk space therapy is one of them.
Place the charge. Detonate the target.
Cancel last.
That's the other way. That's screens.
Moving to my mark.
Black female hero.
You've got bomb. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Authority and power. Like, she gets to the airport. I don't even remember it. And she gets to the airport and she's like, she's connecting with the air traffic control and telling them whether to let planes fly or not. No one questions whether she has the authority to do that. Now,
Search and destroy.
Low standards praise the scene because it's one of those single take.
Plant the charges and demolish the objectives.
Really, it's really unconvincing to have your way. You can tell these people aren't really sense of physics, momentum at all. They look like they're in front of a green screen. That's actually
Moving this way.
They have more than this.
God, this is
Much more interesting and watchable than whatever this is. We got 5 reports from the budget. It didn't go entirely to CGI. It went to which you can see here. It's from the first season of the HBO series Rome. It's built a 5-acre set. Part of the reason the budget costs $1 million.
You've secured the device.
And they succeeded.
Setting device on Alpha.
Disregard. Cancel that. Flanking here.
Bomb planted. Set containment.
Yeah, it's under
Allocated.
Moving this way.
Amazon purchases streaming shows are now explored at any artistic division as well. And it's not bad. Attention spans are shot to help. Streaming services.
Excellent work. The mission is complete. Good work.
Research suggests that attention spans have shrunk up to 70% in the last 20 years. This isn't due to any serious epidemic of ADHD. It's because we have streaming into our faces all day, every day. So this has the potential to be a terminal decline, in other words. And it will continue until the moment it stops being profitable. Until there's a crash in the entertainment industry, which could be happening based on the data from Los Angeles. Until then, the amount of content will continue to increase exponentially. Monoculture will remain a thing of the past. One by one, without even telling you, these streaming services will continue to retroactively mess up the shows you like while flooding you with shows that no sane adult would ever want to watch. And soon, sooner than you think, thanks to AI, these streaming algorithms will be generating on their own entire films by the thousands every day. It will generate films just for you. Kind of like how Spotify will generate you a playlist based on the songs you listen to. And then you listen to those songs, and then it generates more another playlist based on the fact you listen to those songs. So pretty soon, your taste is not your taste anymore. You have the taste that the algorithm has kind of assigned to you. And the same thing's going to happen with movies. It already is. And this will be the moment when popular culture is destroyed forever. We won't have any kind of shared experience of anything. Now, on the other hand, in theory, if enough people collect their own physical media, cancel the monthly payments they've probably forgotten about, then these streaming services won't be profitable for long. And eventually, if we maintain them, I'm sure we could revive an important part of American culture that for the past few decades has been vandalized and looted beyond recognition. The people who somehow make Star Trek even gayer than before, the people who butchered Scientology and everything else, are geniuses, but they're not suicidal, right? They respond directly to incentives. When we stop paying for their slop, they will the deluge will stop, and eventually Hollywood will do something it hasn't done in decades. Produce worthwhile films people actually want to see. And millions of people will want to see together without a cell phone glued to their hands. And we're on a trajectory heading into the total obliteration of anything that could be properly described as a culture. But we don't have to stay on it. We have other options. And we can put the phones down, cancel some of these services, intentionally choose to reclaim some semblance of a shared culture. I don't have a lot of faith that we'll make that choice. But we can. And in the end, it's up to us.
Paying too much for self-storage? Make the switch to Clutter. You'll spend less and get so much more. Our professional movers will come to your unit, pick up your belongings, and transport them to a nearby Clutter facility, where it costs us and you less
1
money.
minute remaining.
And if you ever need anything back,
Flanking here.
deliver it to your door. You'll end up paying less every month. And let's get to our 5 headlines.
Get your old wireless contract and trade up to PureTalk, my wireless company, one that actually reciprocates
Moving this way.
intelligence. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, data. There's no contract, no cancellation fees, and no waiting for overseas representatives. They provide fast, simple service. Make the switch. Go to puretalk.com/Walsh, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's puretalk.com/Walsh, and switch to a wireless company that shares your values. PureTalk, America's wireless company. Let's begin with this report in New York Post from Chris Rufo. Continues to do tremendous work. Need some of this. It's just so perfect. It says 2022 California Governor Gavin Newsom.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
Project featuring an open the top 10 lanes of the 101 freeway in Southern California. Ceremony, Newsom boasted that the state had committed $54 million. He promised to complete the job within another $10 million
Search and destroy.
before seeming to hedge on whether that final sum would do the trick.
Set up a perimeter around the objective. Do not let them reach it.
The entire project cost $92 million. Because nearly 4 years after the ceremony, the bridge is past 50, and the project
Flanking here.
is $21 billion over budget. It's supposed to be the world's largest wildlife project to make jobs.
Careful, area's hot.
Actors on the look for what WAWC is an overpass for everything from monarch butterflies to mountain lions. You go to the New York Post and read the entire report. You should, because it just everything that's wrong with bureaucracy and summarized in the story. So it's a bridge for animals built over a highway. A very simple project. Very stupid project, I would say, but simple. And yet here we are 4 years later. The thing has so far cost $100 million. And it's not complete.
Final minute.
No immediate plans.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
My favorite thing about this project, as it points out, is that it's a wilderness bridge. It's on one side of the highway, directly to a specific area on the other side of the highway. So you can see it
Search and destroy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Place the charges on the target and destroy it.
So if you live in one of those context, I mean, this means the mountain lions can come across the hill and, pay you a visit. I don't think if you live in one of those houses, if there's anything moving up in those hills that you really would necessarily want to have in your neighborhood. That's what these are. Let's see what else we got here. Here's a survey story. New York Post. Utah's children's grief author, Corey Richins, was found guilty on Monday of fatally poisoning her husband. A twisted plot to bail herself out of debt with his $4 million estate and run away with her handyman lover. The jury in Park City handed down the guilty verdict after roughly 3 hours of deliberations, following a 3-week trial where prosecutors painted Richins as an egotistical
That's insane. I can't seriously. Probably the fact that you haven't watched my case study yet. What I did is I built a case study on how I built a portfolio of 2,100.
I love when social climber who I guess tried to poison her husband one other time and wasn't successful, and then was able to successfully poison him. And one of the many things that's is that Richard devoted a
Search and destroy.
brief. The point of the book was to help kids.
Use the charges. Blast the target. No mistake.
Her own kids.
Moving this way.
Secure the device.
And it turns out that it was father because actually one of the
Flanking here.
things Utah promoted fans of this show.
We're planting at Alpha.
From my film and my racings because I went there to promote my
Device in place. Countdown started.
and that was I guess shortly after this woman showed up. They are really
Moving this way.
Pretty sure voting this.
Our device was disarmed.
Kids can be a tricky subject.
We lost that
Joining
round.
us now
Prepare
is
for the next one.
Three with me, Corey Richards, to share her 3 C's to helping kids cope with grief. And Corey, I want to be yours. So my husband passed away.
Switching sides.
So it's March 4th was
Search and destroy.
and it's 39.
Secure our objectives. Do not let your guard down.
And we have 3 little boys, and 9 and 6. And, you know, they have emotions and grieving processes that we've experienced last year. And,
Flanking here.
you know, deal with this and kind of, you know, find happiness somewhere. And to make sense of that process, I'm sure you felt that going through. You know, I'm new to all of this. To try and understand, you know, not only how to grieve as a widow, as a woman, but also.
Turns out that she's like.
Final minute.
And, you know, I don't usually follow these kinds of cases. I'm not it's not my beat I follow, but I followed this one a little bit. Enough to know that this woman is an absolute monster, calculating, ruthless, barbaric.
Round secure. On to the next.
For somebody like this, she executed her husband, planning, and some forethought. Children, shoots just
Search and destroy.
So my question is there any reason anyone...
Set up a perimeter around the objectives. Do not let them reach it.
reason to not simply execute them legally?
Hostile bomb
Moving
drone
this
is
way.
active.
Is there any reason I think that we need to bring the death penalty back as a...
Damn, someone nabbed everything.
Yes. It's not
I think
common
we need to
ground.
bring the actual thing back, but in order to get there,
Flanking here.
first needs to be a live issue,
Disregard.
a subject of debate again, which it really isn't right now.
Yeah, it's not something that's been
Moving
fought
this
about.
way.
Just sort of stop talking about it.
That's when I was in college for
Careful,
philosophy,
area's
like
hot.
the professor was like shocked. I was like,
Sniper,
because
take
death
cover.
penalty, when you think about it, even though it's like one of the biggest things out there, is some. Huh? Yes. I'm coming. It's
1 minute
not something that's
remaining.
commonly talked about, actually. I'm coming. Yeah.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
I did update it, yeah. I did update it.
Switching sides. Search and destroy. Place the charges on the target
It's
and
not something that's
destroy
commonly
it.
brought up.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one. Use the charges, blast the target. No mistakes.
It was kind of true, though. It's not really a conversation that's held often.
You've got the bomb. Only you remain. Finish the mission. Final minute. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Secure our objectives. Do not let your guard down.
Stop freaking annoying me about it. Gosh. Stop annoying me about it.
Round secure. On to the next. Search and destroy.
Politicians don't talk about it. It's treated as one
Set
of
up a
those settled
perimeter around the
issues.
objective.
Settled.
Friendly UAV online.
And it's settled, we don't really do it. Right now, there are only 11 states in the country that carry out executions, and it's banned in like 20 or 25, and there are several more that haven't banned it officially. They just don't do it. And that leaves 11 on the books that carry it out, that have it on the books and that carry it out. But even then, it's rare. Like, there are only like 30 or 40 executions in this country nationwide every year. Federal executions are even more rare. Like, they basically never happen. There were none at all last year, none the year before that. All this has happened, even though the majority of Americans still support them.
You won that round. Get ready for the next one.
It's effectively gone from the country. It's been banned in both states, officially or unofficially. And yet, still, if you were to do a poll, most Americans support it. Not as many as used to. In the 90s, the death penalty was like 80%.
Place the charges on the target and destroy it.
Almost unanimous
Friendly UAV on station.
On the death penalty. Now it's like 52% or so.
You secured the device.
Nobody is making the case for it. Nobody's really trying to whip up support for it. It's just not talked about. It isn't discussed. And so we have this status quo.
Setting device on Alpha. Stand
basically
by.
Doesn't exist in this country. 40 executions in a country of 300
Bomb planted. Set containment.
Basically doesn't exist.
Flanking here.
It's the status quo, and the polls flags. So that's what they do. Seen as this
the enemy defused our bomb.
I clearly saw him.
Mission failed. Return to base.
Jeffrey Epstein during his final decade. At The Economist, we've analyzed 1.4 million of Jeffrey Epstein.
Even in recent history. I actually think we could get 80 to 85% agreement on that. Really do. Especially when you're not talking about it in the abstract. You're talking about it related to specific cases. So, like, take this case. This woman coldly planned the murder of her husband and then tried to profit off of it. Not just with the insurance money, but with this children's book about grief. How many Americans, as a percentage, do you think would object to this woman getting a lethal injection?
No.
If that were to happen, how many Americans would object to it? Like, go on the street, stop and look for people, tell them about this case, and say, do you think it'd be okay to execute this woman? How many of the 100 random people would say, oh, no, we can't do that? No, we can't do that. I think easily 80 out of 100 would say, yeah, her, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that demon, yeah. If they were to bring her to the execution chamber, how many people are showing up for the candlelight vigil for this woman? Not many. Very few. The fact is that executing this woman would be wildly popular. It would be. And it should be. Executing any child rapist would be wildly popular. And it should be. This is a major political thing, sort of like sitting there for somebody to grab. It's not something Democrats want to talk about. They might be fine talking about it in the abstract again, but they don't want to talk about specific cases. They don't want to get up there and argue that this woman in particular, if you take any specific case of a child killer, child rapist, the worst of the worst, they don't want to get up and say, oh, no, we can't do that to them. That's bad. They don't want to do that. They want to talk about, like, the rare cases that, oh, this person turned out to be innocent. It's like, okay, well, what about this case over here where we definitely know they did it, and what they did was horrifically monstrous? They don't want to talk about that. So it's a political winner. It's just sort of like sitting right there. Also, it's the right thing to do. We need justice in this country. It really is. It's about that. It's about justice. That's what it's about.
We've lost the lead.
Starting something new could be daunting. When we launched Well Show, we had all the usual fears, but I went for it, and you can too. Our sponsor, Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform empowering billions of businesses around the world. 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., including our very own Daily Wire shop. Getting started is incredibly easy with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. An online store that matches your brand style. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography so you can accelerate your efficiency, whether you're uploading new products or need to get the word out. Shopify helps you find your customers with email, social media campaigns. There's more. You can tackle all those tasks. Inventory to payments to analytics. Multiple website platforms. Customer support is always around to help. Turn those what ifs into Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 trial. Shopify.com/Walsh. Shopify.com/Walsh. Right, here is actually speaking of that, we have this plenty of playing. We need justice in this country. Why? When we get it, there's why. That's what I think everybody is hungry for. We're tired of living in a society without justice. Where people can do evil things and they're either not punished for it at all, or not punished the severity that the crime deserves. But we are seeing cases here and there where judges are starting to make up. So here is a judge passing down a sentence to an 18-year-old armed robbery, and she passes down this sentence. This is a female judge. We've given female judges a hard time, which rightly so. But so I think it's important to give her some credit. This is an 18-year-old. So we think about how this normally works. Okay, you got an 18-year-old teen, black teen, armed robbery. And I believe this was the first felony. Standing in front of a judge, a female judge. How does this usually go? Well, how does this going to normally go? Well, normally it goes, give a lecture, naughty, shouldn't have done that. Here's probation, do some community service. We'll see you back here in 2 years.
But medics kept getting at it. Then I tried arms and ammunition.
State's attorneys recommended youthful offenders give everybody an opportunity. And things have just changed in such an incredibly dangerous way with young people doing what I just saw you do on that screen. I cannot imagine the fear that person had that was working in that store. That he now has just trying to go to work, make a living, and go home. And he has 3 people come in and not just been terrible for quite some time. And taking up around and putting guns in his face, all 3 of you. Also, in addition to the PSI, is jail incident reports. And the American likes to fight jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So it makes it very difficult for me to go, oh, this is somebody that's going to get out and behave and follow the rules, because you can't even follow the rules in jail. And the recent report shows that you're a high risk level, which tells me that after they've looked at everything, that you don't have, unfortunately, a good likelihood of being successful in order to put you on probation. And Mr. Coleman's right, we're tired of it, and there's got to be something done. So, clause number 25, ECCR 759, find that you entered your plea guilty involuntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time I'm going to find you guilty of aggravated robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division.
So 25 years in prison is what this 25 years in prison. This is Judge Raquel West. You should support and celebrate. I don't know anything else about her, but she's one of the few that actually has the courage to treat these scumbag criminals exactly as they deserve to be treated. You know, we've been held hostage by these types, by the worst among us, and we don't have to be. You can actually just throw them in prison. You can punish them. 25 years in prison. Absolutely just. For sure. You can make a very strong argument for capital punishment. I'd be in favor of that. But that's not going to happen, so at the very least, you can just live in jail for as long as you are for the absolute maximum that is allowed by law. And in most places, 25 to 30 years is not allowed. You can do that. Just most judges choose not to. So that's great. That's justice. And this is what I mean. Go take that video, stop 100 people on the street at random, show it to them, and ask them, like, do you feel sorry for the 18-year-old teen? Which side are you on here? I think, 95 of the 100 will say, yeah, that sounds great. This is sponsored by Balance of Nature. Since we were kids, we've always been told to eat our fruits or explain what you're actually after in those foods. Phytonutrients. Phytonutrients are natural compounds that your body uses to adjust, repair, and respond every single day. Or trying to factories, the more we've gotten, farther we've gotten from what the body actually recognizes as food. That's why I like the balance of nature. They take real produce and run it through a tailored, vacuum-controlled process that stabilizes phytonutrition instead of chemicals. Our whole health system includes their fruits, veggies, and fiber and spice supplements give you 47 ingredients of whole food and their phytonutrients in a simple, consistent routine. We're rolling out brand new freeze-dried snacks that go through similar processes. You're not trading convenience for quality. I personally love Balanced Nature because of its convenience. Traveling for work, trying to keep up with kids. It's a simple way to make sure that all the essential nutrients in my diet. BalanceNature.com. Subscribe and save today. Join hundreds of thousands of customers on similar routine. It's changing. Here's somebody in the five. Here's someone in the five. Here's someone that probably that's Joy Reid. And failed cable news anchor. Cable news is now Joy Reid. Here she is on a podcast recently talking about the supposed similarity between Iran and the U.S.
Storage? Look, you make storage smarter and easier. Regime has secret police. They have secret police. Regime is oppressing women, taking away women's rights in like 26 states. Some states where they're trying to have the death penalty for having an abortion. They also oppress women. They have women who are in STEM careers, kicking women out of the military, out of university. We're saying that DEI means women can't be hired for high positions in the sciences. We have stars only matter. Christianity, there's wrong, right? So
DEI doesn't mean you can't be hired for anything. It means you can't be hired just for being hired on merit. You can't be hired because you are. If you're going, let's just say you're to work at a position. Say you work at Apple for $300,000 a year. They will give you the job
those things because it would take away that American exceptionalism.
All right. Obviously, this is very stupid. Obviously, it isn't true.
It's based on marriage and some of the immutable characteristics.
The mission is complete. Good work.
It is absurd on its face. But here's what I want to say, which is that Joy Reid herself does not believe what she's saying. She clearly does not believe it. If she believed that the United States was basically the same, or close to the same, as Iran, she would not be acting the way that she's acting.
Yes.
I mean, if you think that America is really oppressing women and minorities with their secret police, you're doing a podcast casually discussing it.
Exactly. That's the thing these people don't understand. Like, the fact, like, these people want to be oppressed so bad, it's